One day, Thomas was running his branch line when he ran into Percy. "Hello, Percy," said Thomas. "Boy, my branch line is the pride of the line, isn't it?" "Well," said Percy, it is, yes it is." "What's the matter, Percy?" There's another engine with another famous branch too." "Really? Really? Who? What? Where?" "No, I mean, who? Who? What? Where?" Oh wait, I just said that. Anyways, but still, Percy, who? What? Where? "His name is Stepney, and he's from the Bluebell Railway, and another engine came with him as well." Well, sorry I can't tell you more, but I have to go," said Percy. "Goodbye," he said. Thomas threw across and fumed off to finish his jobs, while Percy bolted away as quickly as he could. Meanwhile, Edward was talking to Stepney on the green tank engine. "Good to see you, Stepney," said Edward. "My name is Edward, and I'm sorry, but I didn't catch your name." "Oh, me?" said the engine. "Well, my name's Bluebell," she said. "And it's nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you too, Bluebell." So, that was also a very interesting story about how you were saved from scrap by Rusty, said Edward. "Oh, yes," said Stepney. "But they didn't just save me or Bluebell. No. They've also saved other engines, like Bluebell's twin, Primrose." "Exactly," said Bluebell, as she pictured Primrose next to her. "We're twins, you see, and as like as two peas." "Well, as alike as two peas. We only had numbers at first. I'm 323. And Primrose is 27. We were both pleased when our controller gave us names. And I think he was right. All engines ought to have names." "Yes," said Edward. "It is most important." "That's why," Stepney continued, "we gave names to our 488 and 2650. And they're both very pleased about. Oh, and by the way, our controller doesn't know it's a secret. Don't tell him, will you?" "Of course," said Edward. They're both very pleased, though, because now they feel part of the family. We call 488 Adams after his designer. He's a lovely engine. A Southwestern from Devon. and he can stroll away with any load he's given, said Stepney. Crumford, said Bluebell, who's 2650, has been pulling trucks up high peaks in Derbyshire. He's tough as Crumford, and he had to be. He's tough as Crumford, and he had to be for that job. Captain Baxter's tough too, said Stepney, and rather rude. But he works in a quarry now, and you know what that does to an engine's language and manners. I do indeed, said Edward. But he's a good sort, really. And we both miss our work with trucks. Stepney paused. I ought to say this. I'd rather not say this, though, after everyone's been so kind, but our line is very short. We never get any good runs, and we miss them dreadfully, said Bluebell. Maybe you'll catch some while you're here, said Edward. The two engines whistled goodbye and puffed away. At the big station, Stepney and Bluebell helped Duck shunt coaches in the yard. Then, later that evening, it wasn't long until they got to see Thomas coming in with his evening train. Hello, said Thomas. Sorry, no time to talk. Can't be late for my evening train, he said, and he puffed away. Long after Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle were gone, there was a commotion at the station. I wonder what the commotion's about, you two, said Bluebell. Me too, said Duck. But I guess we'll find out soon. Agree, said Stepney, when they saw a man walking up towards them. Meanwhile, Thomas and his passengers were crossed to be delayed. What's going on? Said Thomas. Me and my passengers are both going to be late. We have to wait for a special train to pass by, said his driver. Well, they better be quick about it, said Thomas. Then, in the distance, came Stepney and Bluebell with their headlamps. Then, in the distance, came Stepney and Bluebell with their headlamps swinging. They slowed while passing the station, whistled hello, and puffed away, and gathered speed while puffing away. "Well, bust my buffers," said Thomas the tank engine,